Hello, this is going to be a tutorial for how to do a surface loop single crochet for hair. In this tutorial, it's going to be for the lovely fluff of my sheep, which I'll link if I have done the video for. Otherwise, you can find the pattern at mudsyarn.com. So what we're going to do is, because he's working around, you can kind of see he has a native spiral. We're going to use that to our advantage. The first step is to make a slip knot on the hook. And we are going to take our hook, stick it in behind the post or the single crochet. So you have your stitches and there's the post kind of underneath or in between them. And you're looking at it. So for this first one, we're just going to do a slip stitch. Kind of start or lock in our yarn there. Then we're going to go next and do the second one. So again, I'm going in the post behind the stitch. I'm going to pull some yarn down with my thumb, loop it around that way. And I'm going to pull the yarn not only under the loop, under the string there, but also behind the post. I have two loops on my hook now. And I'm going to yarn over and pull through like a normal single crochet. And move to the next one. Same thing. Go underneath, pick up that post, pull some yarn down, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through. There you have another. We're just going to keep doing this all the way around. Kind of gets back where you're starting again because we worked this in the round. You can see it has that spiral to it. We're just going to follow that spiral design. We're getting on to the second between rounds 2 and 3 there now. Now, how big you pulled this part of the loop down is how big your loops will be. If you want smaller ones, don't pull it down as far. Now, because we are putting stitches on the surface of our amigurumi and using the space between the rounds to do so, it will stretch your stitches out a little bit. So what this ends up meaning is that while he looks pretty round right now, once there's that little tiny gap between each of the rows for his stitches, he'll kind of stretch out a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to continue until we get to the feet, and then I'm going to show you how I go around this. Alright, I just finished the loop right before the foot. So for the first part, you can see the natural spiral of the base stitches go underneath the foot. So we're going to continue underneath, and then when we get around, we'll go on these top ones. These feet were single crocheted into the body. They're not sewn on, which is why they're right in between, or part of, the rounds. You still do something like this if you have appendages that are sewn on. You just got to look for where the posts of the single crochet are in accordance with that appendage. You can see as we get more rounds, it's starting to look quite fluffy. I'm coming back around, and we're going to go on top of the leg. You can see how we stitch around it, where we're going to close right over. And we're making sure we're going through the main body and not through his leg. So just following that main body spiral. See, if you try to continue on underneath, there's just no space for it. Pull the leg down and see what the stitches are going over top. That is how you do surface loop single crochet. Now when you get to the very neck, because it's got this, whoops, when you get to the top of his neck or anywhere you're finishing, because it has these stitches there, sew them down, or like my sheep, I'm going to leave them there because it gives more of a border. Bird on right now. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment or ask if you have any questions. If you feel I was going too fast, at least on desktop, there should be a little gear icon. You can click that and slow down the playback speed. But thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or other tutorials you need. And again, you can see some wonderful free patterns at lovesyarn.com. Bye.